Well, I learned pretty quickly that rapping isn't the same as playing the drums.
Hi, Riz. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for the interview. I really enjoyed your performance in Sound of Metal. What a wonderful original movie to see. You play Ruben, you're a musician, a drummer, and basically you lose your hearing and you're a former drug addict, so you kind of lose your way of coping with life.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah.
You sing, you're a rapper. So how was it taking on this role, having to play drums and all, but also having the responsibility of portraying this in a very real way?
Well, I learned pretty quickly that rapping isn't the same as playing the drums. My drum teacher was kind. He said, "Look, you've got rhythm, but we'll work on everything else." And it was everything else we had to work on. So it was quite a long journey. It was 7 months of learning how to play the drums every day, of learning American Sign Language every day, and it was a challenge, but it was also a tremendous gift and a tremendous privilege, taking that on. It's kind of what I love about this job is getting to learn new things and step into new worlds and new different lives. And both learning the drums and learning sign language, were quite profound experiences. They kind of changed me in a way.
Now you and Olivia Cook have to play in live in front of people. I mean, how nerve-wracking. Well, you
It
play
was
live, but
terrifying. Yeah, but it was
terrifying.
terrifying because Darius, when I met him, said it's all going to be for real. When you're drumming on the screen, you're drumming for real. I don't want to cheat it. I love music too much. I said, you know what? Same here. Problem is, I can't play the drums. Better get started learning then. So there was a pretty immediate process of like, let's do it. Let's throw in ourselves at the deep end. But after 7 months of prep, because we only had 4 weeks to shoot the movie, you got 2 takes on every setup. So after 7 months, we were like, we got two takes of this. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
But it was in a way it created a kind of energy and adrenaline to the process. You know what I mean? That you can't fake.
Hmm.
Everyone's just kind of like on. So even all the challenges in this project ended up being gifts. And that was a big lesson for me as an actor. And it's a big lesson for Ruben in the story. The challenges you are presented with may be gifts if you look at them differently.
Now, did I hear a double pedal or did you do single pedal?
Yeah, I did double pedaling. Yeah.
Wow, that's super hard. My husband was a drummer, so I know
Uh,
that's super hard.
well, to be honest, I found that easier because like when I was trying to pedal, I'd end up moving the other leg anyway. I found it harder to
Mm.
separate my legs. So doing, that bipedal motion, it was kind of like I found it easier than doing a single in a way.
I mean, luckily we had a few months of rehearsals, learning how to play the guitar and to scream and to loop, and Riz and I rehearsed together, and so we felt, I mean, really dependent on each other with our looming performance. And then I think doing the second performance was just so much more stripped back and in a way more vulnerable because there's nothing really to hide behind other than
Mhm.
the piano and your voice.
And what was it like working with Riz? I mean, you guys have great chemistry. I could actually imagine you guys as a band.
Oh, good. Yeah, that was good. Um, oh God, amazing. Like he's such a juggernaut. He's an incredible actor, but just his brain is like a sponge. For him to learn that drum piece and also ASL and give off this just incredibly emotional performance was just amazing to watch.
They portray this wonderful community. It's a sober house for the hearing impaired, and it's just a beautiful community that they show there. But your character is there to cope, but he doesn't really want to be part of this community. He wants to get a quick fix. So, can you talk about working with the actors who were deaf as well?
Yeah, so I guess it's the journey that Ruben's on in the film is one of realizing that you can't control things, you can't fix things, you have to accept things, you have to embrace them, as scary as that might be. And I guess the biggest thing he's been running away from his whole life is himself, is who he is underneath that haircut and those tattoos and that idea of being a drummer and someone's boyfriend. And when all those things that you think define you are stripped away, who are you really? that's what the story's about, and that's what the pandemic is asking a lot of us as well.
Mhm.
A lot of the stuff that we took for granted is stripped away. Now what matters to you? Now where do you get your worth from? Now who are you? So there's that for sure. And that's a big part of the kind of journey of the film, and that's a big part of the kind of question that the film asks.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I really love the movie. I like the way they played with the sound. I think that really draws in the audience to
Yeah, the sound
Ruben's
design,
journey, right?
really, really unique sound design. It's like the kind of sound design you normally have on like huge budget movies. They did it with no budget, but took 3 years over it. So it was intense.
All right. Well, congratulations. Wonderful film.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye, Riz.
Bye.